What if I told you that there is one decision that will make all the difference when it comes to your finances? One decision that has the potential to change your life completely? Well, guess what? That decision is to start taking care of your money. I know it doesn't sound like a very exciting revelation, but trust me, once you understand how important this is, you'll realize that it really is the key to everything. In fact, I'm so confident that implementing this one decision will transform your relationship with money that I'm willing to let you try it for 30 days without any risk to you. If after 30 days you don't feel like it's been helpful, then just stop doing it. But I know that once you experience the benefits firsthand, you'll see how valuable it is, and you'll want to keep doing it. And the best part is that it only takes about 5 minutes each day. So what is this magical decision? It's called Discover Money Management. And I know it may sound unfamiliar, but it's actually something that we all do every day, whether we realize it or not. Basically, it's all about making smart choices with our money so that we can get the most out of it. For example, instead of mindlessly spending money on things we don't need or worse, getting into debt because we can't afford it, we can choose to save up for the things we want. Or instead of letting our emotions dictate our financial decisions, we can take a step back and think rationally about whether buying that new iPhone is really worth it. Or maybe we can use our money to invest in ourselves by learning new skills or starting a side hustle. But the truth is that managing our money well isn't as easy as it sounds. We're constantly bombarded with marketing messages telling us that we need the latest gadgets or the newest fashion trends. And sometimes it can be hard to resist the temptation of living paycheck to paycheck. But that's where the true power of Discover Money Management comes in. When we become aware of our spending habits and the choices we're making with our money, we can start to take control of our finances and live the life that we want. So here are 3 tips from a book called Discover Money Management to help you get started. Tip number 1. Understand the basics of supply and demand. Now, I know this might sound like a bit of a weird tip, but trust me, it makes sense. You see, supply and demand is an economic principle that says that the price of something is determined by how much of it there is and how much people want it. For example, if there's a lot of coffee available but not a lot of people who want to buy it, then the price of coffee will go down. But if there's a lot of people who want to buy coffee but not much of it around, then the price will go up. So why is this important when it comes to managing your money? Well, because it helps you understand how the world works. When you know that prices are determined by supply and demand, you can use that knowledge to your advantage. For example, if you know that a certain stock is in high demand but low supply, you can buy it now and sell it later for a profit. Or if you know that a certain item is in low demand but high supply, you can skip buying it now and wait for a better deal later. This is the essence of Discover Money Management. It's all about understanding the basic principles that drive the economy so that you can make smart financial decisions. By educating yourself on these principles and applying them to your everyday life, you can become a savvy investor and take control of your financial future. Tip number 2. Start saving early and often. We've all heard the saying, "A penny saved is a penny earned." But did you know that there's a real reason behind it? It's because every penny you save is an opportunity to earn more money in the future. By saving early and often, you can take advantage of something called compound interest, which is basically the interest that you earn on your savings. To illustrate this, let's say you save $100 today at a bank that pays a 5% interest rate. After 1 year, you'll have earned $5 in interest and have a total of $105. But if you keep saving $100 every year, your balance will grow faster and faster. After 2 years, you'll have saved $200 and earned 10% interest, which is $15. After 3 years, you'll have saved $300 and earned 15% interest, which is $22.50. And after 5 years, you'll have saved $500 and earned 25% interest, which is $45. So just by saving $100 a year, you'll end up with over $700 in your account after 5 years, thanks to the power of compound interest. Tip number 3. Be prepared for unexpected expenses. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes unexpected expenses can come up that require a lot of money. For example, you might need to pay for a sudden car repair or a medical bill that insurance doesn't cover. These kinds of expenses can be a major financial burden, especially if you're not prepared for them. That's why it's so important to have an emergency fund, a safety net of sorts that can help you cover these unexpected costs without going into debt. An emergency fund is basically a sum of money that you set aside specifically for unexpected expenses. Having an emergency fund can give you peace of mind, knowing that you have something to fall back on if something unexpected happens. Plus, it can also help you avoid making impulsive or bad financial decisions when an unexpected expense arises. For example, if you're faced with a large unexpected car repair bill and you don't have an emergency fund, you might be tempted to take out a payday loan or use a credit card to cover the cost. Payday loans typically have extremely high interest rates and fees, and using a credit card can add unnecessary debt. However, if you had an emergency fund, you could use that money to cover the expense and avoid these pitfalls. Of course, building an emergency fund can take time and discipline. Ideally, you want to have enough money saved up to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. But even if you can only save a small amount each month, it's still better than nothing. So how can you start building your emergency fund? Well, first you need to figure out your monthly expenses. This includes things like rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, groceries, and transportation costs. Once you know your monthly expenses, multiply that number by the number of months you want to be prepared for. For example, if your monthly expenses are $2,000 a month and you want to be prepared for 3 months of expenses, you would multiply $2,000 by 3 to get $6,000. That means you should aim to have $6,000 in your emergency fund. Then figure out how much you can realistically save each month. Be honest with yourself and set a number that you can stick to. Finally, automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account each month. That way you won't be tempted to spend the money and it will go directly into your emergency fund. Remember, even small amounts can add up over time. The most important thing is to start and be consistent. So don't feel discouraged if you can only save a little bit each month. Every dollar counts and it will eventually add up. And that's it. Those are 3 tips from a book called Discover Money Management to help you start taking control of your finances. Managing your money effectively is essential to living the life that you want. It allows you to make informed financial decisions, reach your long-term financial goals, and ultimately have more control over your financial future. So don't wait any longer. Start taking charge of your finances today and enjoy the benefits tomorrow. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.